My dad has been sick for a very long time. Well, not very long, but past 5 years, and he's currently like dying. And I was in a little weird situation yesterday that made me not want to. Honestly, I almost canceled today. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Here I am at 31, and then I tell myself I don't know much about my dad or my dad's side, family or history or any of that, and I don't know how much longer I have left with my dad. I dealt with people selling me dreams, scamming me for this, saying they're gonna do that. You'll do everything in your power to help certain people out, and then just in a blink of an eye, it's screw you. You do not need to stand on everything. Take your losses where you lose, and take your wins where you win, and take accountability when you are wrong.
Sometimes you're not winning or losing. Sometimes it don't fucking matter. I just feel like if I have it and I have the means to assist somebody or help them elevate, whether it's tangible, whether it's just spiritual, whether it's just some good advice, you know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna provide that, and I'm gonna keep putting myself first, and my God gonna bless me. So that's
forgiveness is really for yourself at the end of the day. You feel me? You carrying around a certain type of pain, you carrying around a grudge, you feel me, only hurts yourself.
Welcome to the Saint Pod.
Yeah, welcome back to the Saint Pod. We far from saints, we far from sinners. Today we gonna make some winners, you feel me? I feel like some introductions are due. They haven't seen y'all before, so tell them who you are, what y'all do, and what's your message, man.
What's up? My name is Junior, aka Justified Ribbon, aka Shice World the Architect. You feel me? I am the CEO of Unbranded Live, co-founder of the Neighbor Care Foundation, and one of 3 founders of Unbranded Media Group. I got a couple other brands, but I'm like losing track right now. I'm so sorry. And yeah, just events, community, help build, and just help people out the best I can, and yeah, pushing the plot.
Right.
Gotta keep going. Going. My name is Selena Victoria, RR. I'm an artist. Personal life, I've been in banking for a little while as well. I do what I do, sing, and keep my motion, honestly. Stay true to myself.
I follow that. Yeah. And so from what it sounds like, you're a multifaceted person. And so how long have you been doing this?
Well, I came in this as an artist probably like 2014. I done some pretty cool stuff. I did a lot of traveling. Opened up for like Tory Lanez, Shanti, Papoose, Remy Ma, Rick Ross. Been a lot of different places, and did the whole artist thing probably about from 2014 to 2018. I took a break because one day I found myself performing at a hookah lounge in the county, right? And I brought 40 people there, and I'm looking at this like, why am I not getting paid for it?
Yeah, right. We got all that, bringing all them people.
I brought 40 people to a hookah lounge. I'm like, why am I not getting paid for it? So I was like, I need to increase my value. So I took some time off. I learned how to engineer. I learned how to produce. I took courses and all that. I learned graphic design, light business stuff as well. Like, I'm not going to act like I'm some expert on like business stuff. Now I deal with people that know business, but yeah, so there's that. And then I transitioned into events, I want to say probably around like the beginning of 2022, because at the end of 2021, I got asked to perform at a show, and I think it was like probably a year and maybe a half from the last time I did shows. 'Cause I was doing like shows like back to back, bro. Like from 2014 to 18. I can't exaggerate this. I probably did like 250 to maybe 300 shows. Like, it was like 3 shows for a week, different states, different situations. So I got the bloodlust again after like a year and some change of not performing. And I was like, I want to put together my own situation. So one of the first shows I think I put together was this showcase I did with I brought DJ Drewski out at this one place. I forgot the location. And from there, it's just been a wrap.
It's been a roller coaster.
A wrap. Thank God to that, 'cause that's how I met you,
All right,
it was a big one.
We don't get into that, though. I want y'all to remind me if I lose track. I want to know how y'all met and all that. But I also want to touch on, so how old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, so you're 31. You up there in age, y'all. That's my OG, man. But no, what I wanted to ask you was, I noticed when people have these kind of careers where, first of all, it's very organic, right? And then when they draw a lot of people in, it's usually like it's been like a kind of like a event all throughout their life. So like, was there any kind of signs in the beginning of your life stages where you felt like people were always kind of gravitated towards you, or like, why do you think that is? Like, why do you think this career happened?
Well, to be honest, like I had this realization probably a couple months back. For the longest time, I've always put together parties, right? Even before I did this, like my own birthday parties, family birthday parties, stuff like that. So this is nothing new to me. And I just like bringing people together, honestly. Yeah. And first and foremost, I like the party too. That's where all this. That's where all this came into. Yeah.
Like the party.
Yeah, I like the party. Look, I'll be real. I like the party. I mean, anybody who knows me personally, I tell them like this. Like, I can't dance, but you know, when I drink a little bit, I'm Chris Brown. You feel me? So it's like I like the party. You know, that's where it started, and then it led to a multitude of like other stuff, like stuff I never imagined I'd be doing. Honestly.
Right. And so tell me how you guys know each other and what's your relationship like?
All right. Can I start it?
Yeah.
All right. So early 2023, I launched a new situation for my brand called Talk Your. Can I curse on here?
Of course, you can say anything you want, bro.
All right. I launched something for my brand called Talk Your Shit Thursdays, and that's actually how I met most of the people that I'm locked in with now. And Selena was one of the artists. Now, I wasn't there the day she performed. The DJ I was working with at the time, he was there, and then my cousin was running it with her, and I saw videos of her performance afterwards, and I was like, bro, hold up. Then after that, I reached out to her and offered her to come back, I think the following week or maybe the week after. I don't remember exactly. And then ever since then, me and her just been locked in.
I think it was every other Thursday. It was like the week after, I think, right?
Yeah, it was like every other. Yeah, I did it like every other Thursday.
We need to bring that back. Talk Your Shit Thursdays.
Yeah, that's Talk Your Shit Thursdays pretty much like propelled like me to a whole different situation. And like I met like a lot of people that I'm really locked in with now. Like Selena Victoria, Brizzy 101, the organization, Eli Beehive, so on and so forth.
Shout out, yeah.
Yeah, it's I met a lot of people through Talk Your Shit Thursdays. Mac Monroe too, yeah.
I fuck with it. I think that's some kind of like superpower too, being able to garner certain kind of environments where people can build communities and all that, which is very important to culture in general. So I really do fuck with that, bro.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, where are you from, Selena?
I'm from Philly. I'm just from Philly.
Oh, I feel like I heard like an accent. It sounded like some
little country
different.
southern.
Yeah.
Everybody says that, and I always have my little howdy when I meet people. I'm like, I'm from Philadelphia. Okay, I don't know.
I'm crying. Tell me a little bit about yourself though. So I heard we know you a singer, but like what kind of singer? You feel me? How'd you?
I make more so R&B music. I feel like I was finding my sound for a little while. I started with more like all the music you see now that's out and released because I haven't dropped since March of 2023. But all that music is more like my old music, really trying to find myself, more like about the struggle of my sisters, like what I've been through and, you know, what I'm trying to achieve and make changes, you know. But all my music recently, I feel like it's more been on like a smooth R&B, possibly like I don't know, like a mix of Forbes Janae and Brent Baby. I don't know. I'm trying to find it, but I've been vibing with that lately. I ain't been on the socials in like 8 months, though. I took like a good break.
At least 3 months.
Listen, I feel like it was for me ever, probably 2 years, but it's definitely been a while.
So what's up with that?
It's good to have a reset. That's what I like to say. You understand? Everything that we see every day is not real.
In truth, we all do that. Like, even I do that. Maybe not as long as her, but like.
But it allowed me to lock back in, you know, find your authentic self, find what you really like to do, not because of what you've seen on A, B, and C and what he, she, and them, or whoever the heck is doing, you know.
Because let's just be real, like on the scene, there's just so much like
distractions.
No, not even just that, but there's just so much like drama, you know.
I just think it's a pool of images. It's just all images. Like it's just
like a lot of the stuff you see really in truth is like smoke and mirrors. There's that. That's just one part of it. And then the other part of it is like, as she said, he say, she say. And it's like, you know, a lack of communication is why like a lot of people are in the situations they're in now. Like I've had falling outs with people from, well, granted, we've all had falling outs, but like just specifically from, let's say, 2023 to 2024, I had a lot of falling out was with people over a miscommunication. And like, you know, I'm just so busy to the point, well, I don't want to sound like condescending or like heartless, but it's like there's just too much for me going on. There's too much going on right now for me to, you know, try to talk to you if like you're not willing to talk to me on like an adult level. And it's like you want to, you know, people just drag your name for the mud, and that's
everything's energy, man, and like you can't keep wasting your energy on lost causes. You feel me?
Yeah.
exactly.
And I think that's one of the big things for 2025 for me personally. Just like allocating my time appropriately. You feel me? Because listen, if you only got one life, you feel me? I'm not about to just keep wasting my time on like pointless things.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
It's not even just people, just things, places, habits. You feel me? Like you gotta lock in. You gotta tighten up, man.
No, which is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
It really do be a lot though when it comes to this. As she said, like she was off this for like all social media for like 3 months. Me personally, like every so often I'll go off for like maybe a day or two, and at the longest a week. You know, because we all got real life stuff we deal with.
Listen, this boy right here, he needs social media because with all the events, the things he coordinate, the connections that he have, and even the artists that he helped, like I'm one of them. He always makes sure I'm locked in. Or even right now, yo, bro, what you doing? You trying to just come, you feel me, get some content. So that's what I'm saying. He always look out. You can't go ghost. You know, I ain't you somebody that important with so many connections, but it's like, it ain't nothing wrong with having that cleanse. At least some people can manage it and understand that it isn't real and it is just a certain thing that's attached to it. But
It's a good and a bad thing.
you can't go away from social
It's a
media.
gift.
Yeah, I can only go.
Can't do that, right?
I can only go away.
I don't know,
I can only go away for so long, unfortunately.
For like 7
Curse,
minutes,
man. You know, it's like being that glue in a family. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
it's
once
a
if
gift
you
and a
if you
curse.
disappear, it's like, you know what I mean?
It'd be the messed up thing though, because like, you know, even I say this from my own personal family. It's like, you know, when you're the strong one for everybody, what happens when you need somebody?
It's a sacrifice, brother.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna say like I'm some damn like, you know, titan or whatnot, but
Right.
yeah,
She want that TP, man.
I got you.
She want
You
that
know,
TP.
listen,
Yeah.
Speak up,
this
man.
podcast, this is probably like, listen, he came with the drinks for us. There's some
Come on,
peace
man.
over there.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Okay.
No, that is
That's-
much
that's
appreciated.
what's up.
That's how you break the ice, honestly.
Nah, for sure, for sure. I'm actually on a fast right now, yo, so I won't be drinking today. Y'all usually see me get a little bent, a little bit.
He
but
has been his shadow cheers.
you
the
know
whole
what I'm
all
saying?
night.
Come on
Shadow
now.
cheers there.
Feel me? All right, now, don't
more
be doing now, put it down, gang.
Yeah.
But no, I really want to talk about also the future too. I feel like a lot of people, you know, it's a new year. You feel me? I feel like a lot of people are talking about the future, and if you give some game on not exactly what you got going on, maybe even if what you got going on, but also just how can people lock into their future and like planning and all that, and like what's your strategies and all that y'all got going on. Let me know.
All right, so I'll get into that in 1 second, but just to you know go with that, I'll say this too. A lot of people build things up, right? And you see this happen all the time, either with groups or individuals. And what happens is this: they get to a certain point to where it's like they're in the door, right? Then life starts crashing down around them, and you'll see so many houses crash and burn because of that. Because it's like your metal starts to get tested, right? Like, you're in a position to where you might be dealing with a record label, or you're dealing with an investor, or whatever the scenario might be. And then on the other hand, like, you know, you have a sibling dying, or, you know, you're about to lose a car, or like, you know, some legal battles. It's, you know, there's real life stuff always coming in between. That like, you know, that really like test you to make you be like, all right, so it's like, are you going to continue doing this? Or it's like, do I stop?
Right.
And that's like, you know, where a lot of people end up parting at. And to answer your question in terms of like 2025, I'm in one of those situations now in regards to family stuff. You know, I got a lot of family stuff I'm dealing with, and it gets in the way a lot. Like, full transparency for, you know, I don't talk about it that much. Like, only people like super, super close to me know this much. But my dad has been sick for a very long time. Well, not very long, but past 5 years, and he's, you know, currently like dying. And I was in a little weird situation yesterday that made me not want to, honestly, almost cancel today. I ain't gonna lie, bro. yeah, it was like,
So that's probably like the meaning of what you're saying though. Like no matter what,
no matter what, you
obstacles,
gotta keep.
That's how you coming in 2025.
You gotta keep pushing, no
So
matter.
what do you do? Like daily mantras? You just like explain it to yourself. You meditate, or when you think about these things, you need to get going. Or
I just honestly, do you want me to be completely transparent? I just tell myself it's life, and you just gotta roll with the punches. It's like you gotta take the wins with the losses, and there's just certain things that are just out of your control. No matter how connected you are, what you could possibly do to change a situation or narrative, it's just you just gotta keep pushing.
You gotta mellow out.
For sure, bro. And I'm also sorry to hear that, my brother. And I know life can test you in the most craziest ways at the most craziest times. You feel me? And life is like that sometimes. You know, the timing and you know, sometimes I feel like a conspiracy, but like you gotta like just trust in yourself. And I'm glad you made it today, brother. I'm glad you kept pushing.
Thank you.
Is there anything that like kept you going? Is there anything that kind of mindset you had that kept you going, or something that you could share with the audience that might be in a similar situation as you?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. In truth, like, you know, I'm attached to a lot of different situations. I met a lot of incredible people that do incredible things, and in terms of like this lifestyle and a lot of stuff that comes with the lifestyle, in truth, I truly don't really care about it in terms of where it's at now and what it could possibly become like in the near future. Why I continue doing what I'm doing, it's cliche to be honest. Like, you know, everybody will say they do it for this reason or that reason, but my reason simply is my daughter and the little one that is about to be here this year as well. Cause I haven't.
So cute. So fucking cute.
Yeah, I have another one on the way, and that's like, you know, my fuel. Like, I'm not a material person. There's nothing I truly really want. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I want like an Infinity or Maserati. Like, that's not stuff I really think about, honestly. I think about my family, and then those also close to me. Like, like I deal with like, you know, probably from like 2022 to even like now, I booked over like 500 or like 700 artists, like give or take, maybe even more than that. Honestly, it's been a lot, but there's a handful of artists I've really locked in with. I'm not gonna say names because I don't want people feeling no type of way towards me, but there are some I would really, you know, go the extra mile for and do whatever I possibly can to help them out. Sure. And that's you know what I mean, that's another thing that fuels me, because, you know, some of these people are really genuine, and me myself starting as an artist. Before I did any of this,
so it fuels you, your family, and then also the artists that rely on you.
Yeah, like a lot of the artists that haven't.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, for a lot of the artists that haven't been doing this music stuff for this long, they, you know, I went for a lot of situations myself. I dealt with people selling me dreams, scamming me for this, saying they're gonna do that, and part of why I started, obviously outside of me liking the party, is me wanting to change the narrative and trying to be a genuine individual in this industry.
Thorough.
Which I be having talks with my mentor about a lot. It is hard to keep a good heart in this.
Right.
It's hard.
Tell me why that is.
There's so much stuff that can cross your path that can corrupt you, because like you'll do everything in your power to help certain people out, and then just in a blink of an eye, it's screw you. You know what I mean? Like, you'll do everything in your power to make sure they're good, or try to give them a situation, whether it's this, that, or the third, and then as soon as one bad thing happens, or when you need to take care of something, like, you know, yourself, or you have to fall back, when you're the person that's providing these situations, they act like, you know, you're an enemy, or like you never did anything for them, which I'm not a person who lords anything over anybody. That's not how I push stuff. And, you know, even anybody around you will tell me that even when I'm in situations where we're meeting new people, sometimes I don't even talk, because I don't like presenting myself like I'm God's gift to earth. So it's like,
are you talking about a specific?
No, specific peoples, but I'm not gonna say names.
JR be going through a lot. Maybe he just be feeling it. So many artists he deal with.
Yeah.
That's why JR just need to, like, sometimes he need to, like,
digress,
like,
and take a step
foot
back,
down, you know, like,
or drink
put it down and be like, listen,
drink some of this Taylor Sport.
maybe you gotta be a little less humble sometimes.
All right, but let me ask you something though.
Talk to me, bro.
What keeps you so righteous? I guess that's a good word to say it. What keeps you so on the up and up path? You feel me? Instead of succumbing to people's levels, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's an easy thing to do, to get on somebody's level and get back. You feel me? Or do whatever. What keeps you righteous?
My daughter. My daughter and my nieces and my nephews. Because, I mean, for the longest, I mean, it really clicked in when my daughter was born, but I told myself for the longest that I can't give my nephews and nieces advice and not take it, right?
Right.
If I want to be the role model or, you know, like some type of, I don't want to say inspiration, but I can't tell, like when they're going through situations, like, and I'm giving them advice on like how to handle it.
Right.
I don't want none of it not to matter if I'm not taking my own advice. So it's like I try my best to be the best person I can, but at the end of the day, I'm only human, you know?
Right.
So I do make mistakes too.
Of course.
And, you know, I own up to it. So, I mean, there's that. So that's more or less what keeps me on the path that I'm trying to be on. Just my daughter and then my nephews and nieces and then anybody else that I, you know, who calls me up about something they're going through or whatever and whatnot. Because, bro, 2024, I felt like I was the damn counselor for a lot of people.
Right.
So it's like I can't be giving out this advice. I can't dish out advice and not live by it.
Right. Because then at that point, it's like you kind of living a lie. And
You're a hypocrite.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
You're a hypocrite.
But sometimes, in a sense, you can disagree because you can still give out advice from, you know, your trials and tribulations, and maybe at the moment you're not living that perfect life. Because think about it. Sometimes you see that videos will go viral, right? It'll be like the crazy, you know, homeless individuals that obviously don't got nothing to speak for financially, but they really be giving some game sometimes. You know, they really wise of wisdom. So one thing is like, even if you're not fully equipped, it's like you still have a say if it has some good insight.
Which is true.
That's
Which is
true.
true.
Yeah.
I think as long as you're
Be
trying to
more
walk the path,
open-minded.
though.
As long as you're trying to walk the
Yeah.
path, you're going to be open-minded. So no matter where that information or criticism comes from, you're still going to be receptive to it, you know?
Absolutely. But I will say this,
'Cause
though.
we human. I ain't gonna lie, I can't have it together all the time, so.
Yeah. But I will say this, though. 2025, as far as that goes, like, you know, 2024 was a year of, like, you know, building for a lot of people, you know, building, losses, wins. So you would have to take 2025 into account and look at it like this. This is the year of recalibration and branching out and achieving the things that you want to achieve, things that you talked about for the longest because you spent all this time doing this. So this is the year to make those things a reality. And that's pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, did last year. I did a lot of very different things. Things, like I said earlier, that I never thought I would do. And I love that I did them but things I never thought I would do. So it's like, you know, taking them, organizing it into a way that you need to organize it, and then just push and make it happen. This is the year of making things happen. It's like, you know, it's times like, you know, you can't wait no more. It's not the time to wait. This is the time to work.
Definitely. And I also think that a lot of people, what's stopping people is their perception of others. Like they're worried about how people feel about them, and also their own anxiety or self-worth. I think you're a person that be around a lot of people all the time. So I feel like you kind of surpass those kind of fears. Asking.
Yes. I don't even want to, it's almost like I don't want to say like I'm desensitized to it, but it's like I've been in this for like so long now. Like I think I got over a decade at this point.
Yeah. Do y'all have any advice for that kind of stuff? Like
the best thing I can say is if you worry about what anybody says about you, and regardless of what you do, if you're a photographer, a videographer, an artist, a graphic designer, you're always going to have somebody saying what you have going on is trash. There's no way around it. So it's like you can't argue with everybody because no matter what bracket you get to, where it's level 1 or level 10, it doesn't change. It's the same game. It's just a different bracket. So it's like you have to find a way to deal with people not liking what you do or not liking you as an individual for no specific reason.
Right. So kind of experience.
Yes. And you have to learn how to conduct yourself in a professional manner as well if you're going to do this, because you're going to deal with a lot of different people. You're going to deal with some people with money. You might, come across investors. And, I've been in rooms with some millionaires as a recent shot. I was in a room with a billionaire 2 days ago. Well, I was in the room. I was in a room with a billionaire 2 days ago in New York. And that was a pretty interesting experience, I won't lie.
We'll talk about that a little bit.
I would say, how was he?
I'm sorry. No,
crazy?
this is not somebody I was dealing with directly.
Okay.
My mentor, he, that was something through him. Now, I was in New York, I was in Times Square for an event that was going on. 5 Foreign came out, and that whole experience, I want to talk about that a little bit. I was like on the 30th floor in Times Square. I mean, I've never, the hotel was nice. Situation is different. You still saw like confetti flying around the city from like where the ball dropped. Right. It was pretty crazy. But anyways, at the event I was at, like, there was like some billionaire dude there. I don't know who he was, honestly. I didn't talk, like, we didn't say a word to each other.
You just felt his aura.
Yeah, no, my mentor.
I was gonna say, like, how was he? Was he dressed in a certain way? Like,
no, you definitely knew the dude was somebody different, because, like, we're in Manhattan, mind you, Manhattan as far as New York goes is obviously not, terrible, but excuse me, and like, you got a lot of different peoples in there, and this individual was very different. Some white dude looking like, I don't want to condemn myself. But he was a white dude. He was a white dude. I think he might have been the only white dude there, honestly. So you definitely knew there was like something about him, especially in the environment or the vibe of the event. He was just kind of out of place. He stuck out like a sore thumb. Now, my mentor, he was speaking with him a little bit, and then I spoke with my mentor about it and all that. And I don't know, just, being in rooms with people like that, and like even like, I don't know.
I feel like being in rooms with people like that, listen, that person is not much different than me, respectfully. We're still human. He has a different amount of money and a different type of, class, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, it's really about how you are spiritually, mentally, and how your soul is and how you give out into the world. A lot of these people, once you get too much money, what they say, come with too much problems. That's why it disappears. It's just, sometimes them billionaires, hopefully you can get some wisdom, but most of the time, sometimes these billionaires be lost.
Do y'all believe power corrupts?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Power corrupts.
That's the one thing.
Money causes more problems. That's already the thing. That's what I'm saying. And especially if the individual, before they get that power or that status or that money, isn't at least sense of a grounded in a way to understand this thing isn't realistic. Shout out to the Matrix in a way. It's kind of funny, but obviously it's not literally real. But it's like, you see all that. If you get up to your status, if that person's built wholly in the beginning first, hopefully they strong enough. But listen, with more money comes more problems. That's why I tell myself I make music. I love to, but I don't really desire to be famous. So it's kind of like, okay, you kind of contradicting yourself a little bit because you got to put yourself out there. So the money comes.
But that's my situation too. I don't necessarily.
It's going to corrupt. It's literally going to corrupt.
But that's my situation too, realistically, because I don't see myself being like this big celebrity, but based off everything I do, what does that lead to?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like certain things come with certain situations and certain things you do. You know what I mean? So it's like preparing yourself for it. And one thing I'm big on in regards to what you just said, as far as power corrupts, I've told myself that I want to always retain my integrity, right? That's one thing I'm big on in regards to anybody I deal with, regardless of the situation. And I told myself, no matter what point I get to, do not change my prerogative or my morals for anything or anybody. And but I've had my fears. I was like, what would happen if I touch 1 million? What would happen if I touch 10 million? Like, what would it do to me? You don't know until you're in that situation.
How do you feel about power corrupts? You think power corrupts in your
Yeah, I definitely agree. I was actually going to say, because it's kind of like living a contradiction, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're fighting for power, even though you agree that like you don't really necessarily want it. Now, how does that feel to y'all though? Because like, you feel me, like it's kind of like you're scared to succeed in a way.
Well, let me answer that real quick. All right, so it's like when you put it like that, yeah, it sounds a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Break it down.
But look, certain things come with certain situations. Like, you know what you signed up for when you did this. Like, even when I first got in the game, like, years ago as an artist, like, I knew what came with it. But I stopped pushing myself as an artist personally because I came to the conclusion I don't like what happens to a lot of rappers. You know what I mean? Like, once they get to where they need to get. Like, certain...
What do you mean?
Like, I don't want to see myself walking around, like, with... 1,000 different chains, or being in music videos with, girls just like half naked all over me and stuff. It's not really the image I wanted to portray, but it's also a little contradicting in regards to some of the stuff I do now as far as like the events go. But those same events that I'm putting together also are helping out like a lot of artists, or putting them in like different situations or helping them meet new people. So I looked at it like that. It's like, I'm sacrificing a way I feel about a situation because I see how some of the stuff I'm doing is helping other people. And at some point I do plan on transitioning it to a whole different situation. But, that comes with, work, steps, and progress. But as what it been, that's kind of what it was. But the whole artist thing, like I don't know. It's like I still like, do music, but it's not like something I'm like itching for you at this point. It's like I'm just looking to change the life, not necessarily for myself, but of, people I care about, and like, the ones around me that I really want to help. That's kind of why I do what I do at this point. It's not one of the best answers, but that's
your answer, man.
That's the best
answer.
I got.
You want to give your answer, Selena?
All right, and the question was, I'm so sorry. I kind of got lost quite with JR.
Wait. What was the question?
What happened?
What did I just ask you?
Yeah, that's why I was.
Oh no. What you just asked me was like, I think it was the power corrupts.
Yeah. Nah.
No, it was something that followed up because you started transitioning off the topic, and then JR got real deep for a second. So we he was pulling on Brizzy, and Brizzy 101. Shout out Brizzy once again. When he was pulling on Brizzy be cranking me up, bro. We get lost in his train of thought. It be so deep with it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought that was what it was.
I do have a question for you though, Selena.
Yes.
You spoke a little bit on spirituality and focus on your mentality and emotional stability, something like that, right? Do you have a background in that? And like, just what I just said, just let me know.
I mean, I feel like currently, at least the last like month or two of my life, some things are going on. But at least what I've experienced throughout my almost 25 years of living, 25 March 23rd. Period.
Oh, wow.
But I'm gonna say I grew up Christian in the sense of that environment, but it wasn't like hard on Christian. So it wasn't we going to church or nothing like that. As I got older, for me, became a girl. I was always grown, whatever. Joined the army, did what I had to do, yada yada yada. I didn't really have a close relationship with God in a sense, but I'm gonna definitely say the past like 2 years, a year, especially the first year of that, I was diehard like Christian, more religious, if I can say that. But I transitioned from being religious to more spiritual. So I do believe there's one individual higher up. I'm gonna speak to you. I'm gonna do my good deeds, do the best I can do.
Right.
So I feel like that's kind of at the moment what defines my spirituality at the moment, excuse me. Not going to ramble on, but yeah.
How is this question for both of y'all? So then you can answer first. How much is spirituality benefiting your success? Like how does that contribute?
I mean,
like, do you
it's
think
not
it's
even
really
just
think it's
necessarily
important?
my success. It's just really how does it contribute to my soul and to my spirit. You feel me? I feel like what's defined as success, even in this society and environment, is money, jewelry, houses, gold, all that. So my success is how I'm feeling mentally in my mind. If I can appreciate the little things, appreciate my family and love, and those type of transactions and that type of success. So spiritually, I feel like that assists more with that foundation as family, friends, doing good deeds, as that type of success.
Yeah.
Spiritually, as being an artist, that's where it gets confusing, because when you're saying like, power corrupts, but if you want to be famous or get a certain position, if you want to be an artist, you have to have power. So you constantly against that power and the corruption trying to go against. So spiritually, it's even a little different when you put it into like your profession or your job or career, because it's like, or being an artist specifically, because being an artist is already going to put you in bad environments unless you're making some Christian music maybe, or who knows, like, but nowadays the music we making is going to be a little provocative. It might have some curse words.
No, it's no different with Christian music either.
Sex, so
it's all the
it's
same.
hard, but
Yeah.
spirituality, I feel like, it depends how you define it, but it helps overall. You just gotta get grounded. You just gotta find yourself.
Yeah.
And to speak on that a little bit before you go, bro, I think also a thing that a lot of people are doing, and what I think you are probably doing too as well, is entertaining and then informing. You know what I'm saying? Entertaining and then giving the game. You feel me? Because I think our society right now is thriving off of negativity and not the finer things of life. You feel me? But I think if you entertain, you gain, you lure them in, and then when you actually give them the real stuff, like the spiritual stuff, or like the things that people actually need, like you can become like that's how you become really influential.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that.
It's just sometimes how are you attracting them? But that's when I had to relax off the religious side, because I feel like when you think of religious, it's more of a punishment when you do something bad. But when you're more spiritual, it's more of a forgiving, overall learning.
Perspective.
Yeah. You want to hear something funny? I actually grew up a whole Christian situation, right? So funny enough, my dad is a pastor and my mom was a gospel singer who actually did travel and made newspapers. Been around a lot of interesting people, but me myself, I've never been spiritual. I've kind of always been like back and forth with this and honestly tormented by the whole thing, and still stuff I, battle with back and forth to this very day. It's, I'm not going to say I disbelieve or believe, or I'm not even going to dive into the whole topic because that will.
No, we almost done soon. It's
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not going to dive into any of that. But me personally, as far as the whole spiritual aspect goes, it's stuff I am interested in, but it's stuff I've been conflicted with for a very, very long time.
What makes you conflicted?
are you
because
open?
of bad things? Yeah, open, exactly.
Are you open?
There's a lot of things I believe and there's a lot of things I don't believe, and I'll leave it at that.
That's why I feel like it's too many things. We're never gonna know. You just never know. So you just gotta I want to be good. I want to do good. And what you do is good things. You give back to your artists. You give back to the community, toy drives, everything. We had an event the other day, and he literally had a toy drive set up, setting toys up. So it's like,
I want to talk about that too.
Great. It's great. That's why you got to just at least just do good. I feel like you just do good. You stay pure, and you try to have a good intent behind everything you do. You're going to mess up. Bad things might come along, but just be good and associate that with your spirituality.
Well, the point, outside the spiritual side of stuff, the reason why I do anything in that regards is because honestly, I like doing stuff like that. Like outside of the club stuff I do, honestly, the community-based stuff and the school stuff, I truly have a passion for. I'm not gonna lie, and I realized that probably a month ago. I did a situation the other day where I was working with this organization called Mentor Leaders in partnership with our nonprofit called Neighbor Care and Boss Saray, and who else? I think there was somebody else a part of it as well. Oh, I brought a House of Gold visuals and Jan Wick as well. So what we were doing was a toy drive that was kind of like some Santa Claus style situation where we were showing up house to house and seeing the reactions of some of the families and the kids was honestly
Amazing. Yeah,
it was an amazing
yeah.
experience. I'm not gonna lie, and it's stuff like that I truly like, and the club stuff I do they're fun. It's a fun situation, but I'm not gonna say it's something that how do I explain this? Something that's that makes me be yeah. This is this is it. No, I want to keep doing this. You know what I mean?
You said it's not, or it is?
No, it's not. But I do it anyways because
Do you like the party?
it helps a lot.
It's
And there's that problem.
messing with you.
There's that problem. So it's the angels and demons I be battling with, man. It's I want to do a lot of good, but I like the party too. So
That's what I'm saying. It's a balance. You're doing everything
It's
with
a balance.
good intent.
It's a balance.
You can't beat yourself up too much because then you're going to cause yourself to go in that depression or that anxiety. So it's balance.
I think we're human. You know what I'm saying? I think it's human nature to indulge a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So what do you think? You think that are you trying to achieve full righteousness? What,
no, I would never say that.
But is it even possible? Let's
I don't
be
think
real.
so.
Exactly.
Is that what's the battle
Look,
in your mind?
My overall goal, and because I have a lot of different situations, so to simplify it, my overall goal is to change not just stuff for myself, but stuff for the people I care about. And that was overall what it was and what it started with. But then I want to not just also change this community, but, I have dreams of changing communities around the world at this point in my life. So it's currently it keeps expanding to this, that, and the third. And that's just how my mind works. And I, it's a million miles a minute. I have a lot of crazy ideas. Anybody that's really close to me will tell you, I be popping ideas out like hot potatoes and whatnot. But, I got a lot of great things I would like to do to changed a lot of situations for people, and it's just a matter of, when it's time to do it, or if it's even worth doing, or if it makes sense. And yeah.
What do you think that comes from, though? Like, why do you think you have this inclination to impact people? Because I have the same thing. I'm pretty sure you probably have the same thing as well. I think a lot of people get in this space and like just want to impact. Why is that?
I don't know if there's really a good answer for that, honestly.
It's just your answer, bro.
Right, your answer. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I mean, I grew up underprivileged as well. Family, a lot of people went through struggles and whatnot financially. Right. My family didn't have a lot. My parents were separated. My dad went one way, my mom went one way. And I don't know. It's just, kind of hard to fathom other people going through a situation like that or worse.
Right.
So it's like, what can you do to change a situation like that or worse than that? There's certain things that shouldn't even be how there's a lot of things shouldn't be how they are, and obviously a lot of it's out of anybody's control, and there's nothing I can do at this point, but I would like to get to a point where I could possibly change a lot of situations for some of these people. And I think that's honestly what that is. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put a thumb on it if I'm being, transparent.
Yeah, it's something to think about.
It's food for thought, right? Yeah.
What about you?
Well, this TP got me a little tipsy, okay? Shout out to them.
Yeah, Taylor's part be hitting.
Goodness, I hit it again. Shout out to those. But I feel like what allows me to continue and always put myself out there, to help others and things like that, and just be so selfless in a sense is what you're saying. It's just same thing, I really come from nothing, but I really don't think it matters where you come from, honestly. I think some people just got it, some people just don't. Like, some people just have a heart, some people just don't. Some people just know how to love, some people just don't. I don't know, when it comes to me, I continue to do things that I do, take care of my sisters, do whatever I got to do to family, and if I have it, why not share it with others? Like, honestly, let's be real. I got peace tatted on me, because if we all cooperated and had peace in the overall world, that's what would make everything go good. Right. Of course, it's not going to happen because religion, politics, and blah, blah, blah. But, I just feel like if I have it and I have the means to assist somebody or help them elevate, whether it's tangible, whether it's just spiritual, whether it's just some good advice, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I'm going to provide that, and I'm going to keep putting myself first. And, my God going to bless me, so that's all.
Yeah, I hear that.
My side on that is, I want to tell y'all something. So I got this thing. I just think about that. I feel like everyone does stuff in their life, like when they're older, because they lacked it when they were younger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in my example, I feel like I grew up a really lonely, like a lonely ass nigga. You feel me? And this nigga laughing at my
real rap is you don't you just real shit. You lonely too. Is you lonely too? See, we was all motherfucking lonely.
For sure. And I just think like this manifested into me having a podcast because I like to bring people together, such as like the community thing as well. I like to share thoughts. I like to make sure that people understand that you're not really alone. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so like I feel like, and that's what a lot of people I believe, and that's why I feel like that's why I want to impact others as well.
I feel that because how you grew up, like your childhood, your trauma really creates what you are in the future. So if you think about it, if we were all lonely, that's why we give so much, because we're so codependent. You understand? Yeah. So
it's a good way of looking at it.
It's literally psychologically a thing. Google it, go to therapy. If you have been lonely or not getting the certain things you needed in life, you're going to become codependent. You're going to crave the validation of others when you're older. It's literally scientifically proven. So it's like, that's why we do it. Okay. We've been alone so long. So it's like,
it's a good way of looking at it. I'll give you that.
And pleasing because we never got that. You are already good enough. You don't need to do that from the parents or
for sure
whatever it was growing up.
Nah, that's right. That's right. I hear that.
All right, you got something to add or you?
Okay, some TP.
Oh no.
That's what I'm a add. I'm chill. I'm just, why not? It's what's today? Saturday. I don't got work on the weekends.
Yeah, y'all going somewhere?
I got a meeting.
Yeah, he's bringing me with him to a meeting.
Yeah, I got a meeting
after
this.
Maybe I shouldn't drink no more TP because he got a meeting.
Did you have time to go? I didn't even ask you before the pod. Time. I mean, because it won't only be like 21 minutes. Like if
I got to use the bathroom. If that's cool, we can still go a little bit longer.
Bro, go ahead, use the bathroom. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had to piss since we started. That shit was bad.
You should have said something.
No, I was like, nah, it's all
You
good.
probably
Oh.
drunk like 2 Coronas before you came, right?
No, I was drinking all day.
Yo, see, I told you this
What?
motherfucker. All right,
You be
off air, he
dang.
really
No,
does like the party. Though. That's why that shit funny. as shit.
No, it's not that.
Bro, you lit.
I'm dealing with some shit right now.
Somewhat.
I'm dealing
But
with
you
some,
don't-
I'm dealing with some shit right now.
I feel you.
But you don't mend it with the lick, bro. When you dealing with shit, that's the most beautiful part about it. When you're able to go through it sober.
That's all I know.
Oh shit though. But anyway, yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about that a little bit?
What part specifically?
Shit.
What I'm going through?
What you're going through and how you're dealing with it, and if you feel like that's good for you or not.
Sure, why not? I'll touch on that a little bit. So, I spoke on my dad a little bit earlier, so I'll dive into that a little bit. So my dad has been battling a heart disease for 5 years. Now, me personally, I'm 31, and I have an interesting relationship with my dad, right? To where, for a period of time, I hated him, right? Probably mostly in my teen years. And then as I got older, I got past it when I was like, I want to just forgive everybody. I don't want to carry drama in my life at this point, or just hate or resentment towards anybody. So I started, talking with my dad, but even around that point, I didn't really get close to him. So, here I am at 31, and then I tell myself, I don't know much about my dad or my dad's side, family or history or any of that. And I don't know how much longer I have left with my dad.
Right.
So there's that. And then I can't say one of my nieces and 2 of my nephews have been in the system since 2006. Other than that, I have all my family, but I recently saw one of my nieces over Christmas. She got clearance to stay with my sister for a couple of days. So, it was a great experience. I haven't seen her since 2015. She's 17 now, about to be 18,
Wow.
which was crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, damn near an adult. Just for, when she goes back, her caretaker, they'd be like, she's talking about cutting contact with us. But she's almost 18, so it's like it would be a battle for another year until she's able to make her own decisions.
Yeah,
So
I was just about to say, familiar with the system.
she's going to be 18.
She's about to be 18 anyway. So
She's going to be 18 so she can make her own decisions. But yeah. So, I got a lot of that's just
But as far as your pop, like, touch back on that, like, how are you feeling? Do you think you may want to reach out to him? Have you reached out to him yet?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
You on the phone calls, over text?
No. I stopped in here and there.
Okay.
I don't hate my dad. You know what I mean? It's all love. It's just a very unique situation.
But sometimes shit get complicated.
Yeah,
Bro. Shit get
that's
real
what I'm
deep and
Yeah,
complicated.
it's deeper than that. Like, it's deeper than that. Like, between the situation with him and my mom and all that stuff, it's always been.
So how was you with the little ones? Do they have a relationship with your dad? Or you?
Yeah. No, they all know my dad.
That's good.
Yeah, no, my dad, I mean, at least the past 10 years he's been chilling. But prior to that, like I said, I'm 31, so early on, it was rough.
Right.
It was the whole situation was rough.
Are you prepared
Based off
for
the
it?
environment, me being young,
Like,
the issue came in when I started knowing something about something because I grew up. My dad, I grew up pretty much like in a bando, bro. I'll keep it real. I grew up like in a bando. I ain't gonna lie. My situation was unique. I was around a lot of shit I shouldn't have been exposed to.
Right.
So with being with all that shit, though, my question is, how important is forgiveness? Do you believe in forgiveness?
I forgave him.
Is there a stipulation with forgiveness?
Well, I mean, if you would have asked
As
me
for all y'all
15, maybe 20 years ago, I would have said, fuck no.
Yeah.
But no, at this point, even at that point when I was like, yeah, I forgave him. Because I was like I said earlier, I didn't want to move forward with no resentment. And, I got past all the stuff, all this, all the situations that, I blamed them for, that at some point I just started taking accountability for it. Because, even though I was a part of some of those situations, or I grew up in those situations, the decisions I made during that time frame were my own decisions, regardless of the fact that I was around stuff I shouldn't have been around. I made those choices to do what I did, which I won't speak on, but I was around a lot of fucked up stuff. So
I feel you. And I just want to take a second to just even like highlight on what you're saying. Y'all gotta understand, forgiveness is really for yourself at the end of the day. You feel me? You carrying around a certain type of pain, you carrying around a grudge, you feel me, only hurts yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important. People might be like, oh, I'll never forgive him. They'll hold it forever. You feel me? Like
that is true.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
is true.
You'll get triggered by even someone mentioning a similar situation. You feel me? And that's how you know you're attached to it. And that can hurt you too, because you just start to think, like, imagine like you got hurt by an ex or something like that, and like now you think all girls are just evil, whatever the case is.
You carry that baggage with you into any situation.
You'll never
That's
be
what I'm
happy.
saying. It can really
You'll never be happy like
any
that.
future relationship.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why forgiveness is so important.
That's why it's so important to get grounded, to always get back, to understand that every relationship experience, friends, family, everything you experience throughout your life ain't real.
You know, on that very topic, though, I think before the end of 2024, I reached out to almost everybody that I had a falling out with, I think at some point before the end of the year, and tried to make my amends with them. Not to be buddy again, not to be like, all right, let's work again, but just to let them know that I don't have any personal problems with them.
Right.
Now, I don't think I've reached everybody because, you know, obviously there's a lot of people, but
obviously
I've reached out to who, you know, really made an impact in my life in some way, shape, or form, and tried to make amends, or, you know, just try to make things right. You know, if I felt like I may have done something wrong, or even if they might have been more in the wrong than I was, or even if I wasn't in the wrong at all, it doesn't matter.
right.
Just, you know, you can't carry that stuff with you, because as you said, it affects you more. It affects, you know, it just how it affects you.
And like, you ever see those 50-year-olds that might come into the Wawa, they rude as hell for no reason, or like, you know, you open the door for somebody, they don't say thank you, or they just rude ass motherfuckers.
It's like,
Yeah.
They not dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? They dealing with themselves, bro. Like, and that'd be frightening. That's the only thing I think about. I was in the McDonald's line like a few weeks ago, bro. Bro, I asked a nigga for some honey mustard. He like,
right, like,
I'm like, nigga.
I want some honey mustard for my
And you know, bro, what to do in that kind of situation, the only thing you can do is smile and laugh. You feel
Keep
me?
pushing.
Because do not take on their energy. Don't be rude back, because now you feed into
Don't
their
reciprocate
own
it.
That's a-
Don't reciprocate it.
No,
Doesn't help nobody.
I laughed. I was like, damn, bro, was it that deep?
So let me ask y'all a question then. How y'all feel about that now? How you're saying not reciprocate into the same energy, not give back the same thing? I feel like that's what's the problem with our generation now, especially at this time of age.
What's that?
It's the problem of like, hey, you ain't gonna play me. Who you think you talking to? Or you understand they can't have somebody talk to them crazy and still walk away and understand I'm gonna be disciplined. And
Wait,
keep it maintained
let me
for
simplify
balance
what
from
she's
the beginning.
saying. Standing on business.
Stay on that business.
That's what they be saying though.
It's so misconstrued, because people be standing on business for nothing.
Nothing.
Most of the stuff that they're standing on business for
Like,
don't mean
I'm
shit.
about to stand on some business about my honey mustard because I need all my honey mustard.
Real shit, 'cause I could have
Tell me I'm wrong.
Nigga, give me my fucking honey mustard, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Like, I could have turned it up if I wanted to.
Right?
tell
And
me
that's
I'm
really how
wrong.
people be.
And that's how
No
people
cap,
die,
I
dude.
seen
Standing
one time
on
I'm in
business.
McDonald's, boy, come in. I guess he ain't have onions and pickles on his burger. He said, "Where am I? You fuck my order." I'm like, damn, bro, like.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
so misconstrued. Like, yo, I be telling people, like, you know, when they be going for their situations with other individuals, I be like, yo, you just gotta understand this. It is not that deep. And I get that, you know, you want to stand on your morals and your principles, but you do not need to stand on everything. Take your losses where you lose, and take your wins where you win, and take accountability when
Understand,
you are
sometimes
wrong.
you're not winning or losing. Sometimes it don't fucking matter. All right,
shit,
I'm gonna still go get my money, and that's it. I'm out. I ain't arguing with you.
Yeah, I think Kanye said something like, you know, if you think everything's a test, like, you'll have the most anxiety. Some shit like
Yo,
that. You know what I'm saying?
real rap,
Like people walk through life like it's a test all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I gotta show this or do this, or what if I don't do that or that? Like, bro, I don't care. Like, you paying my bills, you feeding me at the end of the day, you taking care of me, clothing me. No, you win by amount.
You ever seen that Dave Chappelle skit where it's like keeping it real goes wrong?
No, I don't think I seen that. John. I don't think I seen that.
No, you're a young boy, that's why. Yeah.
Yo,
But
hold on, skirt. Okay, let's take it a few steps back.
But no, but basically it just was like people be like, I'm keeping it real, and like they just do crazy ass shit just because they keeping it real. It's just the same thing as like standing on business for no reason.
I was about to
for
say,
nothing.
standing on
that's,
business.
That's the job for the night. Standing on business.
But let me ask you something. What have you
Standing on
ever heard?
business
When
all
have you
night.
ever heard me say that? Never.
All the time. He comes and he yells at everybody. We went out to eat at the diner. He was yelling at the old lady, "My bacon fried too hard." I'm like, yo. It's like, no, I'm just kidding.
But no, like on a
serious
note though, it's really good to like keep your composure in a lot of situations.
right.
You feel me? Because if you go out for anything, you'll just be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you really just gotta lock in.
Wait, bro. On that topic, I'm gonna tell y'all something.
But
The reason why a lot of people deal with me is for that very reason. That's my superpower, is keeping my composure.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something real quick.
I'll stamp that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you all a story that probably a few select people know. So it was 2021. I got pulled over. I shot a music video. I was shooting a music video at a very like expensive ass hotel for a song called like Only Child or something. I forgot the name of it. But on my way home, I got pulled over by a cop, right?
oh shit.
I was driving quadruple dirty.
Quadruple. That's uno, dos.
Suspended license, no insurance, expired
Frustration.
Oh shit.
expired everything, right?
Oh wait, what's
And tell me how. Oh, and I'm drunk. I'm drunk.
That's the last
And
one.
I'm
Oh,
drunk.
Shit, we booked. Fuck.
And I'm drunk as fuck. But tell me how I was able to walk away with just nothing. The car just getting impounded because it didn't have insurance. That's just protocol. It comes with, if you don't have insurance.
He likes to party. That's why he knows how to balance. He can do flips and handstands drunk. This motherfucker.
No, but listen, no. My point is that was like one of my superpowers,
your
like
composure.
keeping my cool under any situation. Like I was talking with the cop, like, granted, my heart's running, but you wouldn't know. Yeah, you wouldn't know. So like I'm talking with the cop, I'm like, yeah, listen, I thought like, I sent those payments. No, I said no. What I told the cop was I sent them. I told the cop, I was like, yo, I sent the money to the person that was handling all of my affairs for me, and I was like, I thought they were processed, but turns out they weren't. So I'm sorry. I'll take care of it as soon as.
Blame the assistant. Okay, I like that. Blame the.
I'll take care of it as soon as I can. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Otherwise, I would not be on the road and yada yada. I thought my license was good. It was just a long conversation back and forth, but more or less, I didn't get locked up. I should have been locked up.
Listen.
But that was a lesson I
You never
learned.
locked up. I never been locked up.
I learned something. Listen, I learned something from that. It was like I had to clean up. You know what I mean? I fixed a lot of shit since then. But more or less, that's just to give you an idea, like, of staying cool under certain situations. Because most people would have probably shit a brick.
Yeah.
You're driving in a situation like that on top of being drunk. And that's not saying I'm better than anybody else. But that's just to give an idea why, like, some people, I think, deal with me.
Composure.
So I don't lose my shit.
I feel that.
Good mediator.
I feel that, man. I feel like we've been talking for 5 minutes, but like we kind of at the end of the drum, bruh. It's crazy as hell. But that's how I know it's a good episode, when it just feel like it was nothing. You mean?
Bye.
That's a
But
vibe.
I do got one last question for y'all though. So,
Talk,
God forbid, if y'all stop doing everything y'all doing right now, this content stuff, like the community stuff, you live the regular life. You feel me? What's one thing you want to leave the media with? What's one thing you want to leave your audience with? What's one thing you want to leave the world with?
If you're ever pushing for something outside of what is deemed normal and society based, all I can tell you is take care of your family. Be there for those you love, and take care of yourself as well. That's it. If you're somebody who is pushing to break past the veil of what is normal in society and you want to do something extraordinary, as in be an influencer, a famous artist, or an actor, or whatever the case may be, just take care of yourself, the ones you love, and just whatever you need to. At the end of the day, those decisions are always hard, especially like, if you have a passion for what you're doing. So it's facts. Yeah, that's the hard part, if you actually have a passion for it. So just like if you come to the conclusion to where it's like you don't want to do this no more, it's not a problem. Right. It's not a problem. It's not a bad thing, regardless of what. Wait. Based off of that, before I end it, a lot of people will, some people actually want to stop for a long time, but the reason why they didn't is because they were like, well, what will people think? Right. Fuck what people think. Right. People are always going to have opinions on what you do, whether you succeed or you don't. So it's like, if this is bad for you and it's not what you want to do anymore, or you want to stop and throw that all away and to change your life and do I don't know, you want to be more of a father for your child, or you want to spend more time with your parents, or say you want to get in the gym to become like a fucking weightlifter.
Oh, strong, yeah.
Frying me.
Do that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you can't like you can't base your decisions off what everybody else thinks, because if you do that now, you will do that for the remainder of your life.
Yeah, that's true. That's some knowledge you just dropped on yo, bro.
Oh, my turn. Sorry.
What you got?
I guess honestly, what I could simply leave with everybody is,
Stay on
as
business.
cliche as it means, yeah, stand on business. But honestly, no, I feel like just, you know, chase your dreams if you have dreams. But I just really feel like it always comes back down to just finding yourself, you know, really getting grounded. You understand what I'm saying? And understand that, let's take it back 50, 60 years. Let's imagine you living a life without social media, a life without things that are making you live a certain lifestyle or think the next thing's cool. Like, just forget about it all. Just forget about it all and just understand that it's like all that matters. If you getting fed, you eating, you able to put food on the table, you have a comfortable house, and you have good manners, you're respectful, you know how to talk to people politely, and just continue to educate yourself and build your knowledge on other things. That's all that matters. Like, that's the main goal. And I feel like that's what I can leave y'all with today. Like, just listen, you want to be a rapper, you want to be a singer, you want to be a poet, you want to be an author, anything. Chase your dreams, but understand that, like,
Chase your dreams,
it's
but
okay.
don't let it destroy
it's okay
you.
If don't let it destroy you.
Don't let it
You know what I
destroy
mean?
you
Like,
or the ones you
do
care
not
about.
let it destroy you, because at the end of the day, listen, my bills is paid, I got food on the table, I'm good, and that's it. Not to, like, you know, be a Debbie Downer. Some people can say shoot for the stars, but like, if it's meant to be, it will be. Because before social media, none of this was real. None of this was real. But yeah. Selena Victoria,
it's-
double R. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with.
It's
Just
been
love
Selena
yourself.
and JR, man.
J
Tell them where
motherfucker
they
R.
can find you at, though. Tell them where they can find you at.
rhythm.
Say no, it's not.
Once again, my name is
Everywhere
JR, Just Arrived Rhythm, aka Chase World, the architect. No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's that
All
artist. That's that
that,
artist
yeah.
coming back. You mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta check out his music videos. He got this one drawing when he like cooking in the kitchen. I fuck with that.
But no, tell me your gram though, and like your YouTube, whatever the case is.
No, my Instagram is Just Arrived Rhythm. If you want to follow my businesses, I'm Branded Live, I'm Branded Press, I'm Branded Media Group, and the Neighbor Care Foundation.
Fuck with that.
My name is Selena Victoria, Selena. Victoria, double R. You can find me on all platforms. Yeah, that's me.
That's about it, man. I appreciate y'all coming on. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Y'all be safe. All right, it's been insane.
Let me get some more TP. Hold on. It's like,
Damn. We really legit almost finished this shit.